Hey guys, Jesus here with the TheVaultProScooters. Been a while since I did a video, but today we're gonna be unboxing the new Sacrifice Akashi deck. Starting off here, we got the 110 version. Gonna be showing you what comes out of the box with this bad boy. So let's open her up. First thing I notice, comes up in a little bit of wrapping. In the box, nothing loose, so we're gonna be safe to say everything is gonna be on the deck already. It's got stock grip tape. The brake comes mounted on in place already. Same with the axle and your two deck spacers. As you see here, we got the 110 model. Also comes in two more options, the 115 and the 120. We got the 115, nice little wood grain color. We got the 120. So this is the biggest one on the market. Seeing them side by side, you can obviously tell that the 110 is a more park orientated deck, with the 115 and the 120 a little bit more geared towards the street riders. So let's start off with the 110. This bad boy is gonna come at about 20 1/4 long and about 4.3 wide. 4.33 is the specs on the site, 20 1/4 by 4.3. The usable foot space we have on this is gonna be 13 3/4 of an inch. Moving on to the 115, a bit longer as you can tell. And this bad boy is about 20.8, really close to the 21, but not fully there. And width wise, right about the 4.5. So that's gonna be 20.8 long, 4.5 wide, and foot space on here, just about 14 1/4 inches. So a pretty good improvement in the length and width from the 110, and as well in the foot space wise. So definitely for the older riders, somebody with a bigger size shoe, definitely the 115 looks a lot better than the 110. Moving up to the 120, lengthwise, gonna stay practically the same. Still about 20.8, almost 20.9, just a hair short of that 21. 4.7 here, about an extra 0.2 inches on the width compared to the 115. And foot space, surprisingly on this one, for the 120, you get a little bit less foot space in the 115. You only get about 14 inches on the 120 compared to the about 14 1/4 on the 115. Every deck has an integrated head tube, so when you buy a headset, as long as it's an integrated headset, you'll be good to go. On the 110, front end is a lot more cut out here, a lot more aerodynamic for the, park trick. And like I said, the 115 and the 120 are gonna be more street orientated, a little bit more boxy, a little bit longer and wider. So that's definitely gonna be a little bit nicer for you street shredders. As you can see on the 115, it has a little bit of like a nose blunt plate, which is not seen on the 110 nor on the 120. So that's pretty interesting that only the 115 model came with that plastic nose blunt plate. One thing I did notice is in the back end. On the 110 model, as you see here, comes in very sharp, no inserts here. So peg compatibility, very easy. However, on the 115 and the 120 model, they're gonna have these plastic inserts here where the axle goes into place. It is gonna eliminate needing an actual socket, because as you see here, the nut is gonna be held in place with the plastic insert. For peg compatibility, it might make it a little bit tricky. So you might need to have some spacers or washers just to make sure that they can fit, but they would ultimately have to cap at the edges here, not on the full interior, such as the 110 right here. Same thing for the 120. Back end still has the plastic inserts, so you're gonna no longer need the socket wrench here, because this is gonna keep it nice and locked in place. On the bottom, you're gonna notice that the 120 as well as the 115 has a triple concave for grinding surface. As you can see there, 1, 2, 3, same on the 115. However, when you go to the 110, they didn't put too many features such as the railing there, because that is more geared toward your park riders. Weight wise, pretty minimal. The 110 weighs at 3 pounds and 6.1 ounces. Not too light honestly, but also not that heavy. However, going from the 110 to the 115, you're only gonna increase about 2 ounces. The 115 is 3 pounds and 8.7 ounces. So really only about 2 ounce difference. Going up to the 120, you got 3 pounds and 12 ounces, which is about a 4 ounce increase from the 115. So overall, the 120 is a pretty beefy deck. It's gonna be a little bit heavier for some of you guys who are used to maybe something more lightweight. All the head tubes are 82.5 degrees for the head tube angle. They're all gonna be 3D forged necks, integrated as said, 82.5 degree angle. They're all gonna be the same design, which they got their inspiration from the Akashi bridge in Japan. For the colors guys, the 110 Akashi is gonna come as you see here in this nice graffiti colorway, pretty cool. We're gonna have this 110 in the graffiti as you see. We're gonna have it in black and also in neochrome. Moving on to the 115, we got the wood grain. We're also gonna have a paint splatter, which is my personal favorite. We're also gonna have a graffiti. And moving on to the 120, we got this nice emerald green, very nice color in my opinion. And as well, we're gonna have it in a black/red colorway. For some of you guys who aren't too familiar with Sacrifice, they've been around for quite a while. Recently a little bit out of the scene, just working on their new product line as you can see, which is coming out quite amazing. For all you guys guys who have known Sacrifice for a while or who might just be hearing about them, stay up to date on all their new news and updates from riders and from the company themselves, as I'm sure they'll be doing some promotions, possibly some giveaways as well. So definitely be staying up to date on that. And if there's anything we might have missed or anything else you'd like to see from Sacrifice and ourselves, feel free to, drop it in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on all our social media down below. As well, you can follow me on Instagram, which is gonna be in the description, Jesus_Vargas on Instagram. So shoot your boy a follow. If there's anything else you guys wanna see from us, the Vault Pro Scooters, make sure you're dropping that in the comment section. Any other ways you wanna ask, DM us, call us, email us, that's what we're here for. I'm usually stuck behind my desk, so it feels good behind the camera again. Until next time.